Hello everyone, my name is Yuriko Kikuchi. I participated in Google Summer of Code 2024, and today I'd like to share my experience with you, focusing on what I believe is the most crucial element of a successful GSoC journey, communication. Why communication matters in GSoC? You've probably heard it many times from Google or mentors. Communication is essential in GSoC. But why is this emphasized so strongly? The answer is simple. Because you are the project leader. As a project leader, you need effective communication across multiple dimensions. First, mentor communication. Vital for aligning on project direction and overcoming technical challenges. Second, community interaction. The spirit of open source thrives on community cooperation, and your project's success depends heavily on how you engage with the community. Third, documentation. Documenting not just your code, but your thought process ensures the sustainability of your project. Fourth, asynchronous communication. Learning to collaborate effectively with people across different time zones and lifestyles. When you take ownership of these aspects of communication, your GSoC journey becomes much more fulfilling and successful. But how did I come to this realization? Let me share my personal GSoC journey that taught me this valuable lesson. I'm currently based in Japan, where most projects are conducted entirely in Japanese, not English. So before GSoC, I had never worked on a project in English. This made GSoC my first experience collaborating internationally in English. When I started as a contributor, I struggled with my English meetings. I found it difficult to express myself and initiate conversations during calls. My mentors were dedicating their valuable time to these meetings, but I wasn't able to communicate effectively. From their perspective, my limited participation probably made it hard to understand what I was thinking or working on. At first, I thought my English skills were the main challenge. But that wasn't the real issue. After speaking with a friend working in the US, I realized my fundamental misunderstanding. I had assumed that mentors would assign tasks to me and lead the project. This was my major misconception about GSoC. I realized that mentors weren't there to lead me. They were there to support me. I was supposed to be the project leader. After this realization, I changed my approach to mentor meetings. I understood that to achieve my goals, I needed my mentor's help. So I took the initiative and told them directly, English isn't my strength, so I would really appreciate your support. I stopped waiting for mentors to initiate discussions. Instead, I prepared what I wanted to discuss beforehand and began leading the meetings myself. This mindset shift increased my participation in meetings about fivefold. I also stopped thinking I'll figure out what they meant later when I didn't fully understand something in meeting. Instead, I started saying clearly, I don't understand during meetings. At first, I was afraid to admit this, but I realized that to move forward with my project, I needed to overcome this fear. Why? Because I was a project leader. And what happened when I said I don't understand? My mentors gladly explained things again and again. They repeatedly assured me, we mentors are here to help you. Please contact us immediately if you encounter any problems. My mentors truly supported me throughout the journey. So here's the thing. Mentors are really there to help you. To get the most out of their help, you've got to let them know what you're thinking and what you want to accomplish. And yes, sometimes that means opening up about the things you find challenges or areas where you are not so confident. Don't forget, you are the project leader here. Open source work thrives when people show initiative and take ownership. So reach out not just to mentors, but to fellow contributors and the wider community. When you start the conversation, I promise your summer will be much more rewarding. One communication tool that my mentors particularly appreciated was my meeting notes. I prepared what I wanted to discuss and documented our conversations and next steps like this. I initially created these notes to compensate for my English limitations, but they soon proved valuable for the entire team. Mentors sometimes took vacations or missed meetings, and I occasionally had to pause the project. When anyone returned after an absence, the meeting notes provided a clear record of what had happened. And I also learned to leverage asynchronous communication effectively. Despite significant time zone differences with my mentors, I managed our communications by considering the time difference when sending questions or updates, which minimized waiting times. Combining real-time meetings with asynchronous communication makes it easier to benefit from your mentor's expertise. I really hope this helps you have an amazing GSoC experience. Thanks so much for listening today.